Okay, hello, my name's Az, welcome back to Go Again Gaming. This is a bit of a lazy video today. As you can see, it's just got the webcam with the screen capture up. And you can even see my desktop, what's going off. As you can see, Discord's popping off as a result of this Season 7 Skirmish Blitz update, which was released today. So just want to speak about this a little bit, because I think it's very, very positive for the format going forward. But yeah, so the crux of it is basically that you can submit a deck list that includes one young hero and up to 52 cards, an extra card compared to the current Blitz format. And like Classic Constructed, these slots can contain a mix of cards that go in your main deck and or cards that are equipped or exist in your inventory. Arena cards, so they're now calling these arena cards. I'm not sure if they've done that before. But the crux of this is you can potentially play a larger deck than what you did before, because in the old Blitz rules, if we just go down here, these haven't been updated yet. It says that obviously you've got a 51 card pool that includes 40 cards in your deck and 11 weapons and equipment. So beforehand, before this change, you just had to rock up with a 40 card deck with 11 weapons and equipment. Now, some of those weapons and equipment slots were absolutely useless for some people. You would prefer the cards, like you do in CC. You'd prefer the Oasis Respites. You prefer the things that blow out certain heroes or certain matchups that you struggle with. Because Blitz, it does tend to lean upon that horrible situation where if you don't have the cards, you just die. So I think that this change that Flesh and Blood are making to the Blitz format is definitely good. And a few points that were raised in my Discord earlier today. Shout out to Big Boss Book Club and Yeezel who brung these points up. But it's the fact that a lot of the new equipment from the new set includes Arcane Barrier on the equipment, and obviously we've seen that with Outsiders as well, with the like the Trench of Sunken Treasure being a Blade Break and Arcane Barrier. The new piece of Rune Blade equipment, the name escapes me from the new set, but that has Blade Break 2 and Arcane Barrier 2, I think. But I think we're going to see that more of that go forward with regards to weapons and armor, not weapons, armor and equipment that has AB on it to prevent you from having to use or take up slots in your sideboard that are specifically based around AB. But the good thing about this is the fact that you can add in cards like Oasis Respite, for instance, that is horrible against Kano. They make that comparison in the article as well. Look, sick of losing to your losing to your store's Kano Master. Pack a few copies of Oasis Respite to blow up their big turns. Prism's Aura, pack more Time Skimmers and Enlightened Strike. So there are ways to add extra things to your deck that there wasn't before. Beforehand, you only had the 40 cards in your deck, plus the 11 equipments and armor, etc. Another great thing about this as well is that UPF also relies on Blitz rules, so you can now also pack bigger decks with regards to that in UPF. In UPF, you might be very, very focused on a particular strategy and want to just bring your 5 pieces of equipment, your 4 pieces of armor, your head, chest, arms and legs, and your weapon, and then you've got 45 46 other slots that you can use for the actual deck itself, which means if you've got a particular strategy, if you want to go more the fatigue route, you can add those extra cards in, whereas you couldn't do that before. And inventory, the extra sideboard cards, I don't think really matter in a game of UPF. If you want a good game of UPF, you want a stupid, wacky deck as well. So the Blitz changes will also, as I imagine, also cater to UPF as well, UPF decks, because UPF is just Blitz decks. So I'm assuming that this works with UPF as well with regards to these updates. But I'm not really a Blitz player. I love CC. I love the back and forth of CC and the fact that a lot of things matter over the course of a longer game time in CC. I am very much more of a fan of CC than I am Blitz, and I've had a few bad experiences with Blitz. But with this, I feel like I could be persuaded to play more Blitz, but whenever I want to play 1v1 Flesh and Blood, it's always CC for me. But maybe this is enough to pack those certain answers for the decks that you might see. But it just gives more players more flexibility, more options to play with the things that they suspect to see in their meta, or suspect to see, or if they just hate a certain hero, they don't want to get blown out, they can pack the potential answer to it, or just give them more of a better experience to be able to interact with that thing. So I think this is a much better way to look at it, and the fact that you can run extra cards. I mean, in the last format, you could only run 40 cards and 11 cards in your inventory. It gives you the opportunity to play a slightly larger deck, which could also be nice for some strategies as well, and could allow you to even play a fatigue style game plan in a game of Blitz. We'll see. I'm not a Blitz aficionado, by the way, but these are my thoughts and opinions. Thank you very much for tuning in today, and yeah, have a great rest of your day. Cheers. Like and subscribe.